Yeah, this is my first time participating in a major event like this. I should keep my goals small. Maybe like 10 attacks? Yeah, that's enough.
2,000 years later.
Haha. What the hell was that?
What's up everyone, it's your girl Tiara. Now recently, as you guys know, Artfight ended, and I have so many opinions on it. Now, this year is quite a special year for me because it's my first year of Artfight, and I actually had a blast. So in this video, it's gonna be more like a chill with me video while I yap about my thoughts and you guys can do your own stuff. So grab your sketchbook, your stationery, journal, drink, snacks, crochet, pin, or even your pet, and let's begin. So before we begin, speed paints of my attacks are in the background, and their respective artists and characters will be on the screen, except for my mass attack, though all of the attack information will be in the description. So first, to those who don't know, Artfight is an annual online tournament where you draw people's OCs to attack them. This usually lasts 1 month, but this year I think it was added because of the website lag on day 1. Usually there are 2 teams, but to celebrate this year's 10th anniversary, there are 3 teams: comedy, mystery, and tragedy. So the reason why I decided to join this year was because of the buzz from last year. Mostly because one of my favorite artists, actually Rhea, aka Jayce, made a video about Artfight last year, and I was so motivated and I decided to join. Unfortunately, I only joined 2 weeks before it started, which was very close. But luckily, I had already made OC references on the go, and also I typically draw faster than usual, and I don't render my portraits in digital art, so it was quite fine for me. In total, I uploaded 8 characters, including one which is my little sister's OC, and wrote a lot of lore and character descriptions on the page for that, which I really like. And next year, I hope I can prepare earlier than this. I think it's better to be prepared than underprepared. From the intro skit, you guys can probably see how I'm very impressed. I can't imagine that it's my first Artfight and yet I made 57 attacks, which is basically 1 or 2 attacks per day. I think the most I did was 5 attacks in 1 day, which we call unemployed behavior. However, I'm still very proud of myself, and 57 attacks in 1 month is crazy work. So looking back at these attacks, I'm disappointed in my first batches of attacks because they were just characters posing in a decorative void, which I think I should have gotten in more detail, or at least showed that I read about this OC's lore and stuff. But still, I can't go that hard on myself because it's my first year, and also these attacks didn't turn out really bad. They were actually pretty decent, you know. And also in these attacks, I kind of realized how my digital art changed, because at first I barely shaded any digital art or rendered it because I found it really hard to do so, and this Artfight, it gave me a chance to experiment with shading and rendering, and I think overall it made my art better. From these 2 pictures, I think you can obviously see the difference. I definitely improved a lot. And also what I like about Artfight is that it let me interact with other artists who also are that passionate about my OCs. Because OCs, they're the most wonderful thing in the world, okay? Everybody loves OCs. You love OCs, you love OCs, you love OCs, everybody loves OCs. And also, what I'm proud of in my attacks is my last mass attack. So this year I actually first decided not to do mass attacks, but then at the end I thought well, I have these many characters to draw, what if I just put them in all in 1 attack? So I made a mass attack, and this mass attack, I want to tell you guys more about it because I'm really proud of it, you know. So this mass attack is based on this year's theme of comedy, mystery, and tragedy. So this theme made me think of musicals, and specifically theater production and stuff. So I decided to draw something in a theater production where people are watching a show and stuff. In my head, I had canon that comedy, mystery, and tragedy were a trio in this story, and then you have to fight against the narrative or stuff. I really like those type of stories where the characters are forced to fight against the written narrative, or have to be their own person. And I imagine that mystery is the shy and not the shy one necessarily, the person who doesn't talk a lot. And I imagine that tragedy would be the princess of it all, who's she's like supposed to have a tragic end, but like she can rewrite it. Well, the comedy guy is just a silly guy, but like the problem is that he has to see that inside him there's like more things than to him being, well, silly. And for this, I basically searched up like theater kid OCs or like OCs that will act in a play and I just use them in the play. And also I had a really fun time like drawing the background and stuff. I usually don't draw backgrounds even in traditional art because I find it really hard, and I'm pretty sure every artist will relate to it, but this time it was like actually quite fun. I think I will try to use this method next time where like I first block out the shapes or like my idea of the background and then render it, because I think it just makes it easier. It makes me see the background in a more clear way. And I also think that like putting down blocks of color first makes me also think of like the values, which are like very important for trying to do a big piece like that. That's because you need to know who is the focal point, and usually the focal point will be the darkest one in the light background or like the lightest one in the dark background, you know? Another thing I want to talk about is interactions. Now, I really like OC interactions, and most of my attacks weren't interactions. However, in the later ones, there are much more OC interactions, mostly couples, and I really like them. I think I should do more of them because it's really interesting to see how OCs will interact with each other, and you'll never know like the interesting combinations like that, you know? It could be like Happy X Silly or like Golden Retriever X Black Cat, or it could be like a trio where it's like Dumb, Dumber, and Dumbest, or you know, there's a lot of possibilities here, and I wish I could explore this more next year. This year, I got a total of 31 defenses, which is like about 1 attack per day, and I was included in 3 max attacks. And these attacks were like really interesting, and I really loved them all. And what I liked about them is that every day, whenever I see 1 attack, it always made my day, you know? Like in the morning, I will like log into Artfight and see like what's going on, like what character I have to draw, and then I'll see like the green like icon, and I click it, and oh my god, I see like the most gorgeous attack on my OCs. And it's also like really happy for me because seeing that other people also enjoyed my OCs really made me happy. Like, I've seen some people commented that like they like my story or they like the science and stuff, and they found my art style cute, which I like really love. And another thing that I like is that I like how like some OCs, which I wouldn't say that I didn't care about them, is that they're not my favorite, but I still love them very much. Those OCs like got more attacks than I expected. So, if you don't know, from my roster of OCs, my favorite OC is Vincent Rochford. The main reason is because he once like brain rotted me in like last year December, and now I can't shake him off. And like he'd open like many like artistic thoughts in my brain or whatever. But however, this year, 2 of my OCs, which like I loved but like were not my favorite, got the most attacks. First, Rayburn, and then Kenzie. So Rayburn and Kenzie, the most interesting thing about those 2 is that people really seem to love them. Like, for some reason, like many people loved Kenzie and like Gyaru's style, and for Rayburn, people just loved seeing him be like crazy and silly, you know? And I think like that's also the reason why people love them. Like for some characters, it's really easy to draw them if you kind of like know like the most basic parts of it, you know? And I think like that made Kenzie and Rayburn more interesting. For Kenzie, it was quite obvious. She was like a fashionista, also a Gyaru girl, and like people really liked that idea, so many people drew her in different outfits, which I think all are pretty adorable, and I will try to draw her in those outfits later. And also for Rayburn, I think the reason is that he's like a mad scientist, and what I've seen online, many people love mad, crazy, silly scientists, and he just like fit into the mold, and people are like really obsessed with him, you know? This doesn't mean I don't like the other OCs. I'm really grateful that my other OCs at least got like an attack. I think the OC that got the least attack was Rex, this like casino owner OC, which I'm not disappointed in, you know? I just knew that he would get the least attacks, but I'm also really proud of like, not proud, like I'm really happy about the attacks that I got that are like based in interactions, like especially a couple interactions with like Marcus and Vincent, or like Grace and Isabel really made me happy. And like those drawings are like really cute. I'll show them on the screen, and also their artists. It's like really adorable, you know. I really love them. And also like one thing I liked about these attacks is that like, I don't know, it just made my day, honestly. Online, I've been seeing this like controversy where people are like, oh, they don't like when beginner artists attack them and whatever. But like, or like not technically beginner artists that are not like 100%, you know, the best at art. And like whenever I see these like arguments, I always think they're like kind of stupid and stuff. Because like for me, if I see like some artists who like don't have like that much art level drawing my OC, I would be really proud, because it meant that like they like my OC enough to draw them. Because what I usually see with beginner artists or intermediate artists is that sometimes if they see an OC that's hard to draw or like outside their comfort zone, even though they like it, they won't draw it because it's quote unquote hard for them. And what I really like about beginner artists drawing is that, you know, it's like so cute, you know. Like I don't care if like my character gets attacked by a beginner artist. It just shows that like they love this OC and that they like put in effort, you know. And like, to be honest, whenever I see the attacks, I just completely ignore the art skill. Like the main focus of Artfight, I don't think is the art skill, but like how much people love your OC or how much they actually like enjoyed drawing and stuff, which I think is like the main focus of Artfight, which sometimes I think people on the internet kind of forget. Now let's go to my thoughts on Artfight. So usually on Artfight there's like lots of dramas and debates. Well, in this video I'll only touch up on 2 debates that I like usually see online and that I can actually like talk about, because for others I don't think I can really talk about them since I'm like not experienced with them, and also mostly because I don't know about them, and like I don't think it's best for me to talk about them. And I just want to say that I'm not gonna touch the Artfight rule change debate with like a 10-foot pole. Okay, that one and like point farming, those 2 are the most dangerous. I'm not gonna talk about them, okay? But right now, let's talk about the 2 debates that I want to. So first is the thank you debate. So the thank you debate is about how Artfight users think that everyone should like thank the Artfight user, thank the people who attack them. And in my opinion, I think people should thank them, because I understand there's something about like social anxiety and like sometimes not seeing Artfight for a while, as in like you're very busy with your work and like you can't really log into the site, or like sometimes you will have like external problems that kind of stop you from thanking someone. But I think like you should at least thank them, you know, in one way or another, because I think it kind of also like shows how you like at least saw their work, you know. You don't even need to do like extravagant like, oh, thank you for blah blah blah, and write like a whole 10,000 word paragraph about how you love it. I think like just saying like, oh, thank you, or like I love it, or like thank you for attacking me, is just like enough and makes like the attacker feel appreciated, you know, in some way or another. Also, something that I don't understand about people on the thank you debate is just like some people saying that it's not okay to like thank people, but I think that it should be at least like mandatory, or at least like not mandatory, but like at least some level of thankness. Just like at least saying just thank you on like someone's attack is just fine. Because in my opinion, I think like the reason why I think people should say thank you is because this is not a trading game. This is a gifting game, and it's like receiving a gift, you know. Let's say you have a friend and you got a gift from them out of the blue. It's not your birthday, it's not Christmas, there's no like official celebration or anything, you didn't achieve anything or what, but out of the random or out of the blue, they just give you a gift. So during that time, what would you do? You will probably say thank you. If it was a stranger, maybe you wouldn't, because of social anxiety, you know, I can understand that part, but like you will at least thank them a bit, like a little nod on little head nodding, at least saying like a small, oh thanks, thank you. And I think that also kind of applies to Artfight. Like, yeah, obviously you don't know these people, but at least like thanking, but I think you should thank them, because this is an art gifting game, you know. People aren't drawing your OCs because they want to exact one-to-one trade with you. They want to gift you like a drawing of your OCs, you know. And I think that's why like people should thank more, or like, at least like a small thank you is enough. Okay, in my opinion, like if you can't do a lever like thank you for blah 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 blah, blah, just do like a small thank you. In all of my defenses, I have at least like thanked once in all of them, and I wrote, and for me specifically, since I have my time, I usually write about which part of the art that I like the best. Like usually the pose, the expressions, or the colors, or the lighting. Like those are the main things that I comment on in my thank yous. And I think like just a simple one is just enough, you know, especially if you're like a bigger artist. But like I'm not sure for everyone though, because you know this is like it's so nuanced, and it's also like based on people's like work and stuff, because you know not everybody has like free time, or like not everybody has like lots of time to like just look through everything. And especially if you're a popular artist or someone with lots of attacks, it's gonna be really hard to say thank you to all of them, you know. And this comes to my next debate, the Hussy x Sava debate. I don't really know how to call it currently. I know that people online just call it the Hussy debate or something. Or yeah, let's talk about that debate. So the Hussy debate is about how like popular artists join Artfight. Now the reason why there's two names is that these two people, from what I've seen, are the most popular to scrutiny and stuff. First is I think Andrew Hussey, and next is Scott C. Saba. So if you guys don't know, Andrew Hussey is the creator of Homestuck, and he recently joined Artfight to participate in it. And also another creator, Scott C. Saba, is also like a famous artist and a YouTuber who I really follow. So the problem with them being on Artfight to most people is that they get like many attacks, like probably like thousands of attacks, but they themselves don't put out enough attacks, you know. More like most of their battle ratios on Artfight is like either 1, 2, or even like less than 1. And the main reason is people are kind of like angry about this, because like some people think that they shouldn't be entitled to attacks, because they should be entitled to attacks, because the problem is that these big artists and creators are getting like more attacks, but they don't have like enough defenses. And another problem that people point out is that how it like affects the points, because like since they're mostly popular and many people like them, they get many attacks, whether it's like friendly fire or just normal attacks, which can affect the team points. So I can't exactly say for Andrew Hussey, but I can kind of say for Saba, because like he's one of my favorite artists that I follow. In my opinion, I don't think we should blame them for it, because they're just like artists who just want to like join Artfight, and it doesn't matter about the battle ratio and stuff, and like people are just like drawing for fun, you know. And also what I would argue is that they both have their own work. I don't know what Andrew Hussey is working on right now. He's probably very busy, as like he's not that active online. But also I think Saba himself is also kind of busy, you know. And I think we can't blame these creators too much. And also what I've seen is that some fans think like, oh, they're getting too much attacks, when they like, usually get like, you know, free fan art outside, because like there's many Homestuck fans and there's many fans of Saba. And in my opinion, I think yeah, they do get like fan art outside of Artfight. I argue that like most of the fan arts they get are like during Artfight, you know, because like Artfight is always like the time where I like attack specific YouTubers and like artists that I like. So I don't think it's entirely dependent on them. What I would argue is though, like, it's like how the hell like these artists, I think they got like more than 1,000 attacks or something. I don't want to look at their account right now, but like they got like thousands of attacks, right? And I'm looking at them and like they're both on Team Comedy. And what confuses me is that how the hell are both of them getting like thousands of beautifully rendered attacks? That's gonna be like lots of points, but yet Comedy is in the lead. Okay, somebody somebody needs to explain that to me. How the hell do they get that many attacks and still comedy is in the lead? Of course, comedy at first was like high, and then they like their points and like ratio dropped a bit, but still like from the last time I saw like the points, they got the most points and the most battle ratios. Like that, to be honest, that I can't really talk about it, but like I feel it's kind of unfair, you know? Like these artists are getting like thousands of attacks, and yet comedy is still winning. How? Like I knew that like people are gonna choose comedy over like the others too, but like, you know, why comedy? You know, I know people have silly stuff like, but like I should stop talking about this. I've gone on a really long tangent about teams and stuff. So. However, even like if there are like lots of major drama in the community, what I didn't expect it to like not affect me that much. Like I thought the drama would like really affect my Artfight experience, you know, make it like, I'm not gonna say it's gonna make it worse. It's just gonna affect my experience, maybe like leave a bad taste in my mouth. But it was actually not that bad, honestly. Like I felt like I was in like my own bubble of like community where like artists are right for each other, and there's no like skewed like battle ratios and stuff. I'm not sure. It's probably because I'm a new artist in Artfight, but still. Another thing I'm gonna say is like I feel like most of the drama is kind of pointless. Like I'm not gonna say specific dramas, but like I feel like most of them are kind of pointless, you know? Like this opinion, like you could argue against opinion, say like it's kind of important and stuff, but like I don't know. That's the first time artists on Artfight, I can't really say anything about like the dramas and stuff. I feel like most of them are like due to the popularity, you know, because like what I've learned, like especially in fandoms, the more bigger it is, there's gonna be the more toxic people. Because like let's say a fandom used to be 100 people, there's like 5% of them who is toxic, it's gonna be 5 people, right? But if that fandom turns from 100% people to like 1,000 people, the 5% is gonna be 50. So there's gonna be more toxic people, you know? Of course, this ratio or this percentage isn't true for all fandoms, but from what I've seen, the fandoms with the larger audiences always have the loudest toxic people. Okay, they're like everywhere. Okay, this is the reason why aliens don't visit us and we can't have nice things. Okay, there's toxic people in general. Okay. So, after the dramas, let's talk about personal things that I like, because talking about this drama is honestly making me so tired. The next thing I'd like to talk about is what I liked. So for Artfight, obviously I liked the attacks that I got, you know, they're all beautifully made, like the thoughtfulness behind them and the art direction, the art style and characters and stuff, I really love them. And also one thing I liked about is the improvement with digital art, which I mentioned before, you know, it really changed a lot, more than I expected. And also what I liked about Artfight is that I think like this is like a cool thing to do, like it's like a cool event, you know, because usually for teenagers there's not like many third spaces where we could hang out and stuff, like especially for me, because sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit too childish when I talk about my OCs and stuff, and like I could talk about them to the people in my school, but also I don't really want to, and also like you can never know, you know, because especially in this digital age, many people are moving towards being like more mature than they should be, you know, like 12-year-olds going to Sephora, or like 11-year-olds or like 10-year-olds wearing like adult stuff or stuff. I can't really like say much about it, but like the forced maturity of like teenagers in general like makes me sad, but like this Artfight gave me like an experience and also like chance to like just be a kid again, you know. Like I don't know about you guys, but like just like the joy of being a kid and just yapping about your OCs or like just drawing them just like makes me happy, you know. Younger me would have also been like very surprised and very astonished when she heard like I got like free art of my OCs. Like that would be so, like I think she would cry on the spot, because younger me didn't know that like there was a website where I could like draw my OCs and people would love them, and that I could draw other people's OCs, you know. And also like how Artfight is like it's like a gifting game, you know. I think like that's also the main thing about Artfight. Like, I know some people expect revenges, or like some people want like the same exact thing that they gave to the other person. But Artfight being a gifting game makes it a lot better, because I think like it's like gifting is more fun than trading, because trading there's this percentage of like, oh, I should do this, but for gifting it's like it's based on your own, you know. It doesn't matter if you like gift it or not, it's just like a good thing to do, you know. I think that's how I would say it. And another thing that I liked is that it's like, I don't know, honestly the only thing I can talk about Artfight is that's really cool. Like, I was really excited and I was really happy during like the whole run. It's just an like overall good experience. If you're like ever worried about the drama and all the stuff, just don't be. I think what also helped me in like not getting that involved in the drama is just not having TikTok, or like not watching TikToks, you know, because like I think most of the Artfight dramas are either on TikTok or like Instagram. I'm not sure, mostly TikTok. So like me just like not being there helps a lot. Okay, it helps a ton. However, I have like some minor critiques on Artfight and stuff, which like I want to talk about and stuff. They're not critiques, they're not like mainly on Artfight, it's also on me too. But what's kind of confused about is like the coding decoration thing. So in Artfight, on your profile and your character descriptions, you can like accessorize them and change colors and like add pictures and stuff to, you know, decorate them. And I like that feature, but I didn't get to use it because when like I sit down and decided that, oh, I will do some coding, every coding thing that I forgot that I like learned in year 9 just like ran out of my brain. Like I forgot every coding, Python, CSS, HTML. I just forgot everything, and like yeah, now I can't code. Next year I'm planning to code and at least like add some pictures in, but like I wish that part was a little bit more easier. Like, is it just me, or do I wish that it was easier? Of course, like some people like to code and stuff, but I feel like it will be easier. And I feel like it could be easier. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm asking too much. You know, these Artfight like moderators and like the owners are like not like very rich people. I don't think they can spend a lot on that. But I feel like it could be easier. But I think like I should just like invest in making like pictures for my profilers and coding them, because like just drawing is better than coding. Okay, I avoided ICT subjects for a reason. I don't like ICT. Okay, I'll tell that to everyone I see. And for like a personal thing that I don't like about Artfight, well, mainly about myself, is that how plain my characters like felt like. Like, for example, I have like hero OCs, you know, civilians who can use magic to turn into heroes, and I felt like I didn't show that enough in the character profiles and such. I felt like I should do like a half situation, you know, or at least show it better to make, like, at least make it obvious that like they are a hero. I should probably add like tags to show that. Like, I should add hero tags. I haven't added hero tags. What the hell? I have added villain tags, but not hero tags. I wonder why they haven't gotten like any attacks in a hero form. But I think like I should do that more. And also, I plan to like add more characters and like write more about them, you know, especially like my other like villain and hero OCs. And like currently I feel like it's kind of skewed. Like, I don't know, I just felt like my characters and like the description and stuff just like needs changing. Okay, it just needs changing. So that's the end, folks. Artfight was like quite the chaos and drama this year, but I had an amazing time, and I hope you did. If you have any interesting experiences or just like want to talk about your time on Artfight, comment down below. We'll like to like read through all of them, and it's quite fun listening to other people's experience on Artfight. Did you enjoy it? So tell me in the comments. Subscribe if you guys want more art content, and I'm planning to do more, like especially if I have time, but I'm not sure. I'm planning to do more anyways. And have a nice day, afternoon, evening, or night. Tiara's out.